that the menorah was not literal. But he said sometimes legends and stories and things develop around realities. Sometimes realities are built to indicate symbols.
Yes.
And to memorize the symbolic messages. Like for instance, in the case of Ashabul Kahf, the people of the cave, when they came out of it and when the whole situation was transformed, it was discussed what would be the symbol for their great sacrifices. Now that symbol was, although metaphoric, but it was given a material shape of a minaret or a mosque. So after the discussion they said, let's build a mosque. Now there was no mosque before to indicate that that would be built on the mouth of the caves of the righteous people. But mosque was built later on to indicate that it was here that God-fearing believers in the unity of God, people who were persecuted and prosecuted on the surface of earth, who had to seek shelter into the caves, under the caves. When they came out here, they emerged here. And from then on, their life was transformed upon earth, and then they spread the message far and wide. A mosque became the symbol. So Hazrat Masih Maud did not begin the building of minaret. He only began to prove that this is the minaret on whom he had descended, or by whom he had descended. Not at all. What he said was that he has come on that minaret of significance. I mean, on that minaret, the significance of which he had described. So to create a material symbol of this event, he has decided to build a white minaret.
I see.
See?
This is what I was having trouble with, because I've understood from previous sermons that you've given, the two saffron garments were related to the two illnesses, and I knew that he didn't literally wear them, so I was having trouble with this.
Quite right. Now you know this. He has explained it in detail, in depth, the significance and the material part of building the minaret. Why? So, and again, you know, as I told you, the minaret was started in his lifetime, but it was completed much later, in the lifetime of Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Awwal.
The second.
The second. Completed?
Yes.
In which year?
1915.
In 1915, that's right, yes. Because in 1914, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Awwal, the first caliph, died.
Yes.
So it must have been completed in 15.
Yes.
Right. Or 16? Maybe?
15. Yes. Started in 1903.
Okay.
Thank you.
Please.
Your Holiness, I've always wondered what is the significance and meanings in the process of praying with the Muslims when they bow down and they kneel and they always look up to Mecca,
Right.
as opposed to other.
First of all, when in prayer, they never even dream of Mecca. It is just a direction fixed by God as a symbol of the universal unity of Muslims. Because if they were permitted to face in diverse directions individually, then that unity which was meant to be built around Khana Kaaba, the house of God, it is said, to create a sort of unity among those who believed in unity, to create a unity among those who worshipped unity, not Khana Kaaba. A direction had to be fixed. And the Holy Quran has spoken on that very clearly. It says, wherever you are in the world, face towards Kaaba, but God is everywhere. Anama tawallu fathamma wajhullahi. Remember, whichever way you turn, you will find the face of Allah. So this is not Allah that you are directing, the purpose is different. The purpose is to give you a unity. And the second thing is that to bow and to prostrate and to stand and to sit are all the postures which have been used by different religions differently, severally, and sometimes individually, sometimes partly in groups, but never in totality. In nowhere will you find any religion which combines all these postures, but nowhere will you find any religion which does not have at least one of these postures during their worship. Hindus do it standing, like this, and the Christians kneel down, and some Buddhists sit and contemplate, and many prostrate. So all these postures combined in the prayer of the Muslims is indicative of the universal religion. A religion has come which would not be foreign to any religion of the world, and they will find familiar things and habits in its teachings belonging to different religions, different people, different countries. So that is the overall significance of these different postures. But that is superficial significance. There is deep underlying significance which requires much longer discussion, which unfortunately for which we do not have time now. Hazrat Masih Islam has written volumes over the significance of standing like this, bowing, prostrating. But one small illustration can be given in this time. Whatever you recite during these different postures, it is related to that posture. For instance, when you prostrate, then you are at the humblest position before God. Your head is touching the soil, the earth. You can't dig into it, of course, but that is the lowest you can go. And the words you recite is Subhana Rabbi al-Ala, Subhana Rabbi al-Ala, Subhana Rabbi al-Ala. Holy is He, free from all blemish, the one who is the loftiest, the loftiest, the loftiest. So when you are the lowliest, when you have, rubbed your forehead with the soil, rubbing your forehead with the soil, then the message is, if you want to reach the loftiest, in relation to Him, you should adopt the humblest attitude. And your loftiness depends on how low you fall to your God, to your Creator. The lower your inner prostration is. Now here, because its significance, I am talking now inner prostration, not the bodily prostration. Lower your inner prostration to Him is, more humble you grow in the course of your worship to your Lord, the loftier will be your station in His sight. Now this is